What if I told you that milk in your fridge could be toxic? Not expired, not sour, but deliberately laced with chemicals. In 2024, Britain's largest dairy unleashed a controversy. Millions protested. People poured milk down drains, and the government stayed silent. Stick around because the next 9 minutes could save your family. Hey everyone, I've spent the last 4 weeks digging deep, analyzing UK dairy reports from 2025, reading ethical consumer investigations, and tracking the Bovar scandal. What I found shocked me. Major supermarket brands are cutting corners. Some use controversial feed additives, others score just 3 out of 100 on ethics, and 84% of UK shoppers have no clue. But today, you're ahead of the curve. In this video, I'm exposing the 5 worst milk brands, the ones with quality issues, ethical violations, and dangerous experiments. Plus, I'll reveal the 2 brands actually worth buying. These aren't theories. They're facts backed by 2025 data. Oh. And if you've noticed strange taste lately, comment below. You're not imagining it. Let's talk real dairy, not deception. Number 1. Arla, the Bovaer betrayal. Your morning coffee just got controversial. Arla Foods, Britain's largest dairy co-op. They control most supermarket milk. Tesco, Morrison's, Aldi, all stocked with Arla. In November 2024, they dropped a bombshell. They announced trials of Bovaer, a synthetic feed additive for cows. Claims, reduces methane by 27%. Sounds environmental, sounds responsible. But here's what they didn't tell you. Bovaer contains 3-nitrooxypropanol, a chemically synthesized compound, plus propylene glycol, and dried silicic acid. Now, Arla insists it's safe. FDA. Approved. Used in 68 countries. It doesn't pass into milk, they said. But British consumers weren't buying it. Within days, social media exploded. Over 71,000 mentions on X. Videos showed people dumping milk down toilets, throwing Lurpak butter in bins. The hashtag number boycott Arla went viral. Why the panic? Because trust is broken. In 2025, people are skeptical. They've seen companies lie before, add banned additives, cut corners, and Arla's messaging was terrible. They partnered with 30 farms, tested on cows, then told consumers after the fact. No consultation, no transparency, just corporate decisions. Even the Soil Association confirmed it. Bovaer isn't permitted in organic standards. The main components? Not approved. Not safe for organic farming. But here's the real kicker. December 2024 research showed something alarming. Cow gut microbes adapt quickly. After short periods, methane returns to baseline. The environmental solution doesn't even work long-term. So consumers get a synthetic additive with zero proven benefit. And Arla kept pushing forward. Our commitment to reducing climate impact is unwavering, they said. Translation: we don't care what you think. Ethical consumer rated Arla at just 42 out of 100. Issues with animal welfare. Concerns about intensive farming. And now this Bovaer scandal. According to January 2025 reports, dairy occasions in UK homes dropped 3.3%. Cow's milk specifically fell 3.6%. People are walking away. And Arla's trust rating? Plummeting. The UK Food Standards Agency tried to calm fears. It's safe, they insisted. But damage was done. Consumers don't trust assurances anymore. And get this. Some farmers selling milk directly jumped on social media. They distanced themselves from Arla immediately. We don't use Bovaer, they said. Our cows eat grass. Nothing synthetic. These small producers saw an opportunity, and they took it. Meanwhile, Arla's response? Doubling down. The information about Bill Gates is false, they said. Wait, Bill Gates? Yes, conspiracy theories swirled. Some claimed Gates funded Bovaer development. DSM Firmenich, the manufacturer, denied it. But mud sticks. Looking at 2025 data, something's clear. Arla controls too much market share. They supply most major supermarkets. You can't avoid them easily. And that's the problem. When one company dominates, accountability vanishes. They experiment on consumers, then act surprised when backlash hits. In February 2025, milk deliveries reached 956 million liters. But consumer trust? That's leaking faster than a punctured carton. So here's my take. Arla might be everywhere, but that doesn't mean it's good. When a company treats customers like lab rats, they lose credibility. The Bovaer trial wasn't about environment. It was about image, corporate greenwashing, and British consumers saw through it. Your grandparents never worried about synthetic feed additives they bought from local dairies, knew the farmer's name, trusted the process, and somehow we've lost that. We've handed control to massive co-ops who prioritize profits over people. So before you grab that Arla carton, remember, you're supporting a company that didn't ask permission, that experiments first, explains later, and expects you to just accept it. Funny thing, there are better options. Smaller dairies, local farms, brands that actually care, and we'll get to those. But first, let's talk about another problematic player. Number 2. Supermarket, own brand disasters. Walk into any UK supermarket. What do you see? Rows of own brand milk. Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's, all competing on price. £1.09 for a litre. Sometimes cheaper. Looks like a bargain. But here's what they're not telling you. That cheap milk comes with serious compromises. Quality, ethics, standards, all sacrificed for pennies. Let's start with Asda. In 2020, they were bought out. The Issa brothers took majority stake, billionaire petrol forecourt owners, plus private equity firm TDR Capital. First thing they did, incorporated in Jersey, one of the worst tax havens worldwide. Ethical Consumer labeled them likely tax avoiders. But it gets worse. In 2022, Oxfam released their supermarket scorecard. They analyzed human rights in supply chains. Asda ranked dead last. Worst supermarket for workers' rights. Accusations of discrimination from employees. Slavery concerns in Walmart supply chains. And the new owners? No improvement. The problems continued. Now here's the thing about Asda milk. Reviews are brutal. Multiple customers report early spoilage. Milk going bad days before expiration. Inconsistent quality. One bottle lasts fine. Next one sours in 48 hours. Recipe Heaven's 2025 analysis confirmed it. They ranked Asda among worst milk brands. Unpredictable shelf life, they said. Quality problems persist. And this isn't isolated. Across UK forums, complaints stack up. Bought Asda milk. Went off in 2 days. Smells weird from the start. Watery texture. No cream. This is what happens when price is everything. When retailers squeeze suppliers, force farmers to accept lower prices. The milk suffers. Corners get cut. Freshness becomes secondary. This wasn't about milk itself. It was cross-contamination. Labeling failure. Quality control disaster. Sainsbury's pulled products immediately. Offered full refunds. But damage was done. Trust shattered. If they can't keep milk out of dairy-free products, what else are they missing? But here's the kicker. February 2025. Which magazine exposed pricing scandal? They compared 42 everyday items. Larger supermarkets versus convenience stores. Same chains, different prices. And milk? 8% more expensive at smaller stores. Tesco Express versus Tesco. Sainsbury's Local versus regular Sainsbury's. Morrison's Daily versus Standard Morrison's. All charged more for identical milk. 2 pints of own brand, semi-skimmed. Same product. Higher price. Why? Operating costs, they claimed. Higher rents. Increased rates. But get this. Nearly a fifth of convenience shoppers live in food deserts. Nearest large supermarket too far. No car access. And 66% of households earning under £21,000. They rely on convenience stores weekly. So supermarkets are price gouging poorest communities. with basic necessities, like milk. Your grandparents bought from local dairies, knew the milkman's name, trusted the source, paid fair prices. Now, corporate giants squeeze farmers, cut quality, then charge vulnerable people more. For worse products, it's exploitation, dressed as convenience. And the milk in your fridge? You're funding this system. Every cheap carton, every value brand, supports race to bottom pricing. That hurts farmers, damages quality, and rips off communities. But don't worry, there are alternatives, real options. We'll get there. First, 3 more disasters to expose. Now let's talk Tesco, Britain's largest supermarket. You'd think they'd have standards, but their own brand milk? Customer complaints flood forums. Gransnet users report consistent problems. September 2023, multiple reports emerged. Opened brand new Tesco skimmed milk, thick and clogged, dated September 17th. Third time returning milk this month? Storage wasn't the issue. Fridge temperatures checked. Milk refrigerated immediately after purchase, yet spoilage continued. And the pattern repeats. December 2024, milk bought fresh. Next morning, lumps in the tea, still within date. Bread going stale overnight. Quality control clearly failing. Tesco's response? Always refunds. Never explanations. Temperature control failures during transport? Possible. But when it's systematic, that's negligence. Sainsbury's isn't innocent either. November 2025 brought milk contamination scandal. They're JS-free from breaded mini fillets, marketed for dairy-free consumers, contained undeclared milk, for use by dates affected. November 15, 16, 17, 20. Food Standards Agency issued urgent recall. Do not eat, they warned. For someone with milk allergy, potentially life-threatening. Rapid onset itching, throat swelling, hives, gastrointestinal distress, anaphylaxis risk. Here's where things get interesting. Cravendale by Arla. The filtered milk everyone talks about lasts 3 weeks unopened. Sounds amazing, right? Ceramic filtration, removes bacteria, no additives, no UHT treatment. Pure genius, they say. But wait, Cravendale is Arla. The same company pushing Bovar, the same one experimenting on consumers. Different branding, same problematic ownership, and the taste? Completely divisive. Some people swear by it. Purer than ordinary milk, fresher flavor, lasts forever. But others? Total disappointment. Coffee forums exploded in late 2024. Users complained about consistency. Cravendale became thin and watery. Doesn't steam well anymore. Disappointing over Christmas season. One user said it perfectly. It's become like the proverbial gnat's water. Digital spy forums showed similar patterns. I bought Cravendale recently. Didn't like it at all. Far from tasting better. Another said, milk is milk, unless you're a brand junkie. And they're right. Cravendale costs 60% more than regular milk. For what? Longer shelf life? But if you drink milk regularly, that doesn't matter. The premium price doesn't justify marginal benefits. October 2024 nutrition analysis confirmed it. Cravendale versus standard Sainsbury's full-fat milk. Nutritionally identical. Same protein, same fat, same minerals, zero difference. The filtration doesn't add nutrients, doesn't enhance anything, just removes bacteria, which pasteurization already does, to a lesser extent. So you're paying extra for slightly better bacteria removal. That's it. But here's the real issue. Cravendale markets itself as premium. British farms, sustainable practices, cow welfare standards, all true. But it's still Arla, the company that thought Bovaer was acceptable, that ignored consumer concerns, that prioritized corporate image over transparency. When you buy Cravendale, you're supporting that, no matter how filtered the milk is. And the taste problem isn't universal. Some batches are fine, others terrible. Coffee enthusiasts noticed immediately. Milk that steamed perfectly? Suddenly flat. Consistency gone. One forum user tracked the change. started 1.5 months before posting. Late 2024, same time as Bovar controversy. Coincidence? Maybe. But patterns suspicious. They switched to Sainsbury's Organic. Results are superb, they said. Problem solved. Amazon reviews paint mixed picture. Some praise the freshness. Lasts ages past use by date. Perfect for living alone. Others complain about price. Overpriced for what you get. Good milk, but not worth premium. And bottles? Slippery. Difficult to handle. No handle. Awkward for elderly. For people with mobility issues. Design failure. So is Cravendale bad milk? Not necessarily. It's decent milk. From problematic company, wrapped in premium branding, sold at inflated prices, with inconsistent quality, and connection to Bovaer scandal. You can do better, much better. Keep listening. Number 4. Morrison's? The forgotten failure. Morrison's flies under the radar. Not as controversial as Arla, not as cheap as Aldi, just quietly mediocre. But mediocre with serious issues. Let's dig in. December 2024, Morrison's issued multiple recalls, do not eat warnings. Products across categories, quality control clearly failing, not just isolated incidents. Systematic problems. Their own brand milk? Similar story. September 2024. Which? Investigation exposed pricing scandal. Remember that 8% markup at convenience stores? Morrison's Daily was worst offender. Philadelphia soft cheese? 63% more expensive than regular Morrison's. Chickpeas? £1 versus 49p. More than double. And milk? 8% higher for identical product. But wait, there's more. Some items actually cheaper at Morrison's Daily. Doritos, 15% less. Kenco coffee, 32% cheaper. Makes no sense. Unless it's deliberate confusion. Price variations create perception of deals where none exist. Behavioral economics, manipulation tactics. Now, let's talk about milk quality. Gransnet users report Morrison's milk problems. November 2023 complaints. Skimmed milk, unavailable for days. Supply chain failures. Then when available, spoilage issues. Goes off much quicker. One user said, even with proper refrigeration, stored correctly, still spoils fast. Pattern matches other budget brands. Cost cutting at supplier level. Pressure on dairy farmers. Accept lower prices or lose contracts. Farmers respond by cutting corners. Feed quality drops. Cow health suffers. Milk quality declines. It's predictable chain reaction. And Morrison's? They know this. They choose it anyway. Ethical Consumer hasn't specifically rated Morrison's milk. But their overall supermarket scores? Not impressive. Middle-tier ethics. Nothing exceptional. Nothing terrible. Just adequate. And adequate? In 2025? Not good enough. Consumers want transparency. They want accountability. They want to know their money supports good practices. Morrison's provides none of that. No clear sourcing information. No farmer welfare programs. No environmental commitments beyond legal minimums. Just standard corporate operations. Squeezing margins. Maximizing profits. Ignoring externalities. And here's what bothers me most. Morrison's could be better. They're British company. Started in Bradford. Family history. But after private equity acquisitions, after financial restructuring, soul's gone. Replaced with spreadsheet thinking. Where milk is commodity. Not food. Not culture. Just line item. Your grandparents shopped at local Morrison's. When it was market stall. When quality mattered. When Mr. Morrison knew customers personally. That company's dead. What remains? Corporate shell. With familiar name. Don't be fooled. The logo stayed. The values left. Number 5. The ultra-filtered trap. This one's sneaky. Not specific brand, but category. Ultra-filtered milk. Sounds high-tech. Sounds better. Companies love marketing it. Fairlife. A 2 milk. core power, all pushing filtration angle. But here's the truth. Ultrafiltration isn't necessarily good. Sometimes it's worse. Process works like this. Milk passes through fine filters, removes lactose, concentrates protein, extends shelf life. Sounds beneficial, but there's catch. Ultrafiltration also removes beneficial bacteria, the kind your gut needs. The probiotics naturally present, gone. Plus, taste changes. Many users report sweetness, unusual texture. Doesn't taste like milk, they say, because technically, it's not. It's filtered milk product, nutritionally altered, structurally different. Your body recognizes this. Some people get digestive issues, bloating, discomfort, even without lactose intolerance. UK-specific issue? Many ultra-filtered brands import from US. Fairlife owned by Coca-Cola. Not British dairy. Not British standards. Different regulations. Different farm practices. You're buying American milk in British supermarket with British price tag, but none of British quality controls. And the environmental impact? Shipping milk internationally. Carbon footprint enormous. Refrigeration during transport. Plastic packaging. All so you can drink filtered milk. That costs 3 times more. Tastes artificial and isn't local. Makes 0 sense. Unless profit is only goal, a 2 milk is different situation. It's about protein type, not filtration. But marketing's similar. Better for digestion. Easier on stomach. Natural milk. Except it's not natural. It's selective breeding. Genetic manipulation. To produce specific protein, that's fine if it helps you. But don't call it natural. And the price? £2.50 per liter. Sometimes more. Regular organic milk, £1.90. You're paying 30% premium for protein type. That may or may not affect you. Most people can't tell difference. Blind taste tests prove it. But marketing works. People believe it's better, so they buy it. Classic placebo. Here's my advice. If you have genuine lactose intolerance, get proper lactose-free milk. Cheaper. More effective. If you have A1 protein sensitivity, confirmed by doctor, then A2 makes sense. But if you're buying because marketing said so, stop. You're wasting money on product you don't need from companies exploiting confusion about nutrition science that most people don't understand. Your grandparents never worried about ultrafiltration. They drank milk from local dairy, full fat, unpasteurized sometimes, straight from cow, and they were fine. Better than fine. Healthier than us. Stronger bones. Better teeth. So maybe the problem isn't lack of filtration. Maybe it's too much processing, too much intervention, too much corporate manipulation of something simple, like milk. Now the good news, 2 brands worth buying. All right? Enough doom and gloom. You came here for solutions, not just problems. And I've got 2 brands that actually deserve your money, that respect farmers, that prioritize quality, and that won't experiment on you. Let's dive in. Brand number 1. Graham's Family Dairy, Scotland. Here's a company doing it right. Founded 1939 by Robert Graham. In Bridge of Allen, Stirlingshire. Started with 12 cows, milked by hand, deliveries by horse and cart. 3 generations later, still family-owned, still committed to quality, still Scottish to the core. August 2025, Graham's swept Great Taste Awards. Their raspberry kefir drink got 2-star accreditation. Natural kefir drink, 2 stars. Natural kefir yogurt, 2 stars. Isle of Skye sea salt butter, 2 stars. Their organic whole milk with cream, 1-star award from previous year. Still holding strong. And sales through the roof. Cottage cheese up 52% year-on-year. Gold, top milk up 50%. People are choosing quality, choosing tradition, choosing Grams. Why? Because they actually care. Their organic whole milk? Unhomogenized. Just like old days. Rich, creamy, full of natural goodness. Dr. Robert Graham. Company chairman explained it perfectly. Milk provides essential nutrients, calcium, protein, vitamin D, B vitamins, far cry from fizzy drinks. September 2025, they launched Fizzy Exchange. Scots could swap fizzy drink cans for free organic milk. Educational, community-focused, genuine. Their organic range? All Scottish farms. 100% organic diet for cows. At least 60% fodder, natural hay or straw. Maximum 40% concentrates. Wheat, barley, soybean. All partners members of OMSCO. Meeting organic standards. Supporting wildlife. Benefiting natural habitats. Now, full transparency here. Graham's isn't perfect. Trustpilot reviews show some issues. Some customers report early spoilage. Milk spoiling before expiry date. Bottle seals not intact. Organic, whole milk, thin and watery. Valid complaints. But here's the thing. These are isolated, not systematic. And they respond. They refund. They care. Compare that to Arla or Asda, where problems are structural, where complaints are ignored. Graham's listens. Recent 2025 financial report showed something. Turnover £154.9 million, up from £153.1 million, but pre-tax profit fell from £4.5 million to £2.6 million. Why? Because they absorbed costs, protected consumers during cost of living crisis, took £2 million hit to keep prices stable. That's integrity. That's family values. October 2025, they won Scottish Dairy Farm of the Year at AgriScot Awards, recognition for cutting-edge technology, treatment of cow herds, animal welfare, innovation, sustainability, farm management excellence, and their organic milk, award-winning, certified by Soil Association, free-range cows, grazing lush pastures, no chemical pesticides, no artificial fertilizers, available at Lidl, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Waitrose, easy to find, £2.50 for organic whole milk. Yes, more expensive than supermarket brands, but you're paying for quality, for ethics, for taste. Your grandparents would approve. This is milk done right. From Scottish soil to your breakfast table. No shortcuts, no synthetics. Just honest dairy. Brand number 2. Yo Valley Organic. Somerset. Somerset-based. Family run. 100% organic since day one. Over 25 years farming organically. Yo Valley represents what milk should be. Natural, transparent, responsible. They work with 130 British family farms, all producing to organic standards. Soil Association certified. Free-range cows, grazing on lush pastures. Their commitment? Put nature first. No chemical pesticides. No artificial fertilizers. This keeps land safe. Flourishing habitat for wildlife. Bees. Pollinators. Integral to farming. Yo Valley works with Buckley's bees, creating new homes for honeybees, on British organic dairy farms nationwide. Buy their milk? You support this initiative. Nutritionally, it's excellent. High in calcium, protein, iodine, vitamins B2 and B12. Natural source of nutrients. And the milk itself? Pasteurized, homogenized, but still organic. Still British, available as whole milk. Semi-skimmed. Both delicious, both certified. Environmental efforts? Top tier. New milk cartons use 70% less plastic than previous bottles. Made from renewable materials, fully recyclable. They're reducing carbon footprint. 1 carton at a time. Available everywhere. Tesco, Waitrose, Morrison's, Sainsbury's. Usually £1.90 to £2 per litre. Competitive pricing for organic. Now, honesty time again. Yo Valley has complications. Remember earlier? I mentioned they buy milk from Arla and OMSCO, so your Yo Valley butter or cheese might indirectly support Arla. That's the harsh reality. UK dairy supply chains are interconnected, hard to avoid completely. But Yo Valley milk itself? Solid choice. Better than most alternatives. And customer reviews? Mixed, admittedly. Trustpilot shows complaints about Yokin's loyalty scheme. Waste of time. Disappointed. Some yogurt quality declined. Used to be rich and creamy. Now, thinner. Fair criticisms. But milk reviews? Generally positive. Good organic milk. Ordering every time I shop. Never disappointed. One Amazon reviewer said it perfectly. It's good stuff. Leaves milk mustache if drunk heavily. Another. Good organic milk. Just expiry date shorter than supermarket. That's organic milk reality. No preservatives. Shorter shelf life. But fresher. More natural. One negative review stands out. Unimpressive full-fat milk. Homogenized, standardized garbage. Harsh words. But isolated opinion. Ethical consumers scored Yo Valley decently. Positive aspects include fully organic, GM-free. No palm oil. But they lose points for Arla connection. Still, on balance, better choice than most. Supporting organic farming, British family farms, wildlife conservation, sustainable packaging. That matters. Your grandparents would recognize Yo Valley. Somerset dairy heritage, traditional methods, modern environmental consciousness. It's evolution, not revolution. Milk that respects past while embracing future. And at under £2 per liter, accessible to most budgets. Let's be real for a second. None of us want milk to be complicated. Our grandparents just bought milk, local dairy, trusted source, simple transaction. But today, it's minefield. Corporate experiments, supply chain opacity, ethical dilemmas, quality inconsistencies. It's exhausting. But here's the empowering truth. Every purchase is a vote. Every time you grab milk, you're telling companies what matters. Choose Arla after Bovaer scandal, you're saying experiments are acceptable. Choose Asda despite quality issues, you're rewarding cost-cutting. Choose ultra-filtered American imports, you're supporting unnecessary processing. But choose Grams, you're supporting family dairy. Scottish agriculture, award-winning quality. Choose Yo Valley, you're backing organic farming. British family farms. Environmental sustainability. Your wallet is your weapon. Use it wisely. In 2025, with rising costs and shrinking budgets, I get it. Paying extra for organic seems impossible. £2.50 versus £1.09. That's £1.41 difference per liter. For family drinking 10 liters weekly, that's £14.10 extra per week. £733 per year. Not insignificant, but consider this. What's the real cost? Cheap milk supports industrial farming. Animal welfare compromises, environmental damage, supply chain exploitation, synthetic additives, quality control failures. You're saving money, but paying different price. In health, in ethics, in planetary impact, and honestly, most families don't need 10 liters weekly. We're conditioned to overconsume. Grandparents drank less milk, ate more varied diet, were healthier overall. Maybe buying better milk? But drinking less? That's the solution. Quality over quantity. Intention over habit. According to January 2025 data, dairy consumption dropping. Down 3.3% for dairy occasions. Cow's milk specifically down 3.6%. People are choosing alternatives. Plant milks. Reduced consumption. Conscious choices. And that's okay. Milk isn't mandatory. It's optional. So if you're buying it, make it count. The 5 brands we exposed today: Arla, Asda, Aldi, Morrison's, ultra-filtered traps. They represent everything wrong. Corporate greed, quality compromises, consumer manipulation, synthetic experiments. Avoid them. Seriously. Your body deserves better. Your family deserves better. Your values deserve better. Grams and Yo Valley aren't perfect. No company is. But they're trying. They're transparent. They're accountable. They're invested in doing right. Not just doing profitable. That's rare. That's valuable. That's worth supporting. Now, I need your help. If this video opened your eyes, if you learned something shocking, do me a favor. Smash that like button. Not for me. For the algorithm. Because YouTube needs to know this content matters. Consumer awareness matters. Corporate accountability matters. The more likes, the more people see this before they buy that next carton. Next, drop a comment below. Tell me, what milk do you buy? Will you switch after watching this? Or better yet, have you noticed quality problems? Early spoilage? Strange taste? Share your story. Your experience could warn someone else, could validate someone's concerns, could spark real change. And if you're serious about smart shopping, subscribe and hit the bell, because next week, we're exposing UK bread brands, the hidden sugars, the ultra-processed disasters, the mold accelerators, and the 2 artisan bakeries worth supporting. Trust me, you'll never look at sliced bread the same way. Stay sharp. Stay informed. Remember, shopping isn't just buying. It's voting. Vote for quality. Vote for ethics. Vote for your health. See you in the next